Okay, everyone, I'd like to call the Finance Committee meeting to order. We're gonna get started with resolution number one, authorization for DSS to fill one case supervisor.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Number two, authorization
Move it.
for DSS. Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number three,
Move it.
authorization.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
They're getting ready for turkey, you know?
Opposed?
I
Carried.
want to save Jim's voice.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, by the way, for last month. That did help. Well, you guys.
Move it.
Resolution number four,
Move it.
second.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number five, authorization for the Department of Health to contract.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number six, authorization for the Department of Human Services to transfer budget dollars between accounts
Move
to
it.
cover.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number seven, authorization for the Department of Human Services.
Move it. Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number eight, authorization for the Department of Human Services to.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number nine, authorization for the Department of Human Services to renew the contract with prescriber
Move
recruiter
it.
Corzine.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 10, authorization for the Board of Supervisors to renew contract with psychiatric consultant Carlos.
Move it. Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 11, authorization for the Department of Human Services to re-enter into a contract.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 12, authorization for the Department of Human Services to renew contract with the Logan Tenants firm.
Move it. Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 13, authorization for the Department of Human Services to renew contract for prescriber recruiter First
Move it.
Choice.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 14,
Move it.
author,
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 15, authorization for the Department of Human Services to
Move it.
renew.
Second.
We have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We have number 16 and 17. Dan, did you want to discuss?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Hi, everybody. Dan Almasi, Department Head, Department of Human Services. I don't think I've met some of you, so I just want to say hello. Thank you for the opportunity for me to present in this impromptu way. Resolution 16, see how I can say this in the most succinct way. I believe it was in October, I presented a resolution to expand our number of prescriber hours by 21 additional hours. As it turns out, I'm opting not to do that. If I were going to do that, I would not likely have continued this contract. Since I'm not expanding the number of prescriber hours, I need this prescriber to continue. So I'd like to continue this contract. That is why I'm here a bit late to the game. The reason I'm not expanding the hours is because we've not seen the influx of new cases to the clinic that I would have expected. Throughout the public health emergency, we were getting inundated with phone calls and requests and things like that. So I assumed that, once we were ready to open our doors, which we are, we have capacity in terms of our social workers and things like that. We can do our walk-in clinic, which is called open access. There's been a response, but just not the type of response that I thought. So I want to be fiscally conscientious, and rather than bring on 21 additional hours, I'll just stick with what I have and renew this contract.
Okay.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 17,
And so number 17 is connected to this contract because the individual that carries out the contract also provides a service to Upper Hudson Planned Parenthood in the form of consulting, which we receive monies for.
Move it.
Second.
we have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So it's the same
Carried.
person?
Same person in this
Yep.
case, yes. It could be two different, but in this
Right.
case, it is the same person.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dan.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too.
Yeah.
You too.
Okay, we're gonna move on to resolution number 17A. Authorization for OFA to
Move
contract.
it. Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 17B. Authorization.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 18, authorization to contract with Fitch and Associates for EMS consulting on an hourly basis.
Move it.
Do we have sorry, is there a maximum on that or?
Yeah,
Yeah, we put in the budget 5,000.
Oh,
okay.
thank you.
So we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye. Is that to
Opposed?
finish up?
That's to help us implement some of the recommendations.
What that group came up with. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Resolution number 19, authorization to fill a
Move it.
vacant.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 20, authorization to fill a
Move
vacant.
it. Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 21, authorization to create and
Move
fill.
it.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 22, authorization to accept the 2023 law
Move it.
enforcement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 23, authorization to accept the 2023 PSAP grant.
Move it.
We
Second.
have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 24, authorization to accept the 20,
Second.
motion and a second, all in favor?
Ray's not here, so we gotta help take all the money.
Opposed? Carried. Number 25, authorization to purchase a replacement.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Expensive just for that credential. Number 26, authorization to fill one vacant assistant public defender position at an hour. You think, you have a
Second.
motion? Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 27, authorization to reappoint Steve Monte from the Stuyvesant.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 28, authorization to appoint.
Move it.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 29, authorization for tourism to award the bid for
Move it.
publication.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 30, authorization to appoint a member to the environmental.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 31, authorization to appoint a member to the Environmental Management Council representing
Move
the
it.
town of Austerlitz.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 32, authorization.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Boy, Ed's been doing that a long time. Number 33, authorization to appoint a member to the Columbia County Planning Board for Region Number 8, representing the towns of Amprum, Copac, Hillsdale.
Move it.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 34, authorization for the officials designated to approve New York State real property tax correction.
Move it.
of-
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 35, authorization to enter into a contract with GAR Associates LLC for
Move it.
value.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 36, authorization to contract for
Move it.
training.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 38, authorization to adopt the Columbia County Transportation Plan.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 38, authorization for the county attorney. to
Move it. Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 39, authorization to extend the contract leases with repeat business systems for various departments.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Moving on to Public Works, Resolution number 40, authorization to accept new maintenance agreement with Fire Security and Sound Systems, Inc. to test and inspect the fire alarm at the 325 building.
Move it.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 41, authorization. Ray should have been here.
That's right, yep.
Authorization to award and execute a construction contract for the replacement of the Stall Bridge.
I'll move it for him.
Okay.
I'll second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 42, authorization to execute all necessary documents and agreement for the implementation and funding of the cost of 100% of the design and right-of-way costs in the amount
Move
of.
it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 43, authorization to execute an easement agreement with the property owner.
Move it. Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Economic Development, Resolution number 44, authorization to affirm the sub-recipient agreement entered into.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 45, authorization to affirm the payment in lieu of taxes agreement for
Move
solar.
it. Second.
Have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 46, authorization to affirm the payment in lieu of taxes agreement for solar energy
Move it.
systems.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Finance, Resolution number 47.
Move it.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 48, authorization.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 49,
Move it.
Second.
motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 50, authorization to award the bid for
Move it.
canned.
Second.
Motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Resolution number 51, authorize renewal of contract between the County of Columbia and
Move it.
Public.
Second.
We have a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 52, authorization, authorize renewal of contract between Beacon Solutions Group.
Move it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 53, authorization to enter into a contract with Berkey Life and Health Insurance Company for a stop-loss policy for 2024.
Move it.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 54, authorization to enter into a contract with Black Creek Integrated Systems Corporation to furnish and install a new closed-circuit video management and recording system in the Columbia County Jail. And I guess, Rob, that's been all straightened out with the contract and
Yeah, they redid the contract, resubmitted it, includes now everything from cabling to conduit.
And it's fully budgeted.
No, we're using,
Jim, can you, address that?
Yeah, we're using fund balance.
Yeah, fund balance.
We'll pay for it.
Okay. But in this, out of this, we're paying.
That's why
for it.
we're trying to get this in this year so we can account.
Right.
so we can utilize it. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was $1 million, which did not include the install. The install $754,000.
Got it. But I mean, this is a real problem at the jail. They can't
It
see
is.
certain
It's a
areas.
big
It's
problem,
a
and
security
it's gonna
issue.
take about a year, right?
Yeah, remember to get them all the work.
That's how much work it is.
I'll move it.
Okay.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Is there anyone who'd like to bring anything else before Finance Committee? If not, we have a budget and meeting at 3:30 in Chambers, so,
Is that one resolution contingent on Ray's support of this year's budget?
Yes.
yeah. Anything else?
I think they call that blackmail.
Yeah.
I did explain that to the Public Works Committee, though, that it's ironic that, we were able to do that bridge as quickly and as cheaply as we could because we had fund balance. that
Yeah.
Ray's always objected to having, so.
And he got
We
it,
will remind
we
you.
got it in our town, so I'm
Yeah,
like.
right.
Need a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that.
Second. Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move on to 3:30 next. Thank you, everybody.